Alright, so we gotta talk about DJ Vlad, better known to the world as DJ Vladimir Putin. This man has an ego the size of Clifford the Big Red Dog when you love him too much. Vlad has a pretty substantially sized platform on YouTube, right, where he does a bunch of interviews, and some of them are good, some of them are not so great. But over the years, he's built up a substantial platform, over 5 million, almost 6 million subscribers, and while his subscribers grew, so did that ego. DJ Vlad basically thinks he's Oprah. Like, it's a privilege to be on his show, but him and Marlon Wayans just got into a back and forth, and Marlon just reminded him that he ain't no Oprah, he's more like Mari. So DJ Vlad reached out to Marlon Wayans. He said, hey man, we want to get you on the show. We want to sit down and do an interview with you. And apparently Vlad thought that he was going to get this Marlon Wayans interview for the price of a Happy Meal. But when he reached out, he found out that Marlon actually wanted a pretty hefty fee to appear on DJ Vlad's platform. And he told him, hey bro, if you want me to sit down and have a convo with you, that's gonna cost you $40,000. And this sent Vlad into a Twitter meltdown where he tried to call Marlon out. He tried to belittle Marlon Wayans. He tried to downplay who Marlon was and what he's done in media over the last 30 years. And pretty much what it boils down to is DJ Vlad wanted to make some money off of Marlon Wayans' story. Marlon Wayans was like, I want to make some money off of my story too, so here goes the price. And Vlad was like, bro, how dare you insinuate that you should make more money off of your story than me? So he started running interview questions in interviews with people, getting the reaction to Marlon Wayans asking for $40,000 for an interview. And in these clips, DJ Vlad is basically like, Marlon is crazy, nobody's ever gonna pay him that much money to do an interview, and yada yada yada. And this prompted people to start tweeting about the situation. So we got this tweet right here that says, Marlon Wayans, you a good one, cause DJ Vlad would have to pay me $500,000 for an interview with 55% of all revenue made from the video on all platforms. And Marlon Wayans responded to that and said, see, I tried to tell him I was giving him a deal. Oh well. And this tweet is what sparked DJ Vlad to start talking about Marlon Wayans on Twitter and led into this meltdown where he gets absolutely roasted by Marlon. So DJ Vlad posts up this screenshot right here that is basically a screenshot of YouTube and interviews that Marlon Wayans has done recently. And he posted this so that he could show the view count: 132,000 views, 315,000 views, and 230,000 views. And with that, he said Marlon Wayans found someone with 200 followers to agree with him. LOL. Nobody on earth is gonna pay Marlon $40K for an interview when he gets 100 to 300,000 views on any platform he interviews on. This guy is really delusional. Now Marlon responded to that and said, you mad? You unprofessional, my guy. If you don't like the number, keep it moving. You look bad. You should fall back. Mad at a black man stating his number, and now you go public and use your platform to try to drag me. I never in my life dealt with this silly negotiating tactic. And Vlad swung back at that statement like a rookie boxer in his first match and said, not mad at all. I find this all amusing because you really think that you're worth $40,000 for an interview. I said there's nobody on earth that will pay you that, and I have yet to be proven wrong. Throwing out a stupid ass number for an interview is unprofessional, my guy, because your interviews don't even make 5% of that on every platform you do. And bringing up race when there was no mention of it throughout all of our discussions shows how weak of a man you really are. And I gotta stop Vlad right there, because how the fuck does Vlad know what Marlon Wayans was paid by all them other people he did interviews with? Maybe they did pay him $40,000, Vlad. You ain't got back end data on all them different channels. You have no idea. First off. Second off, telling somebody that they're not worth a number that in your head you think they're not worth is absolutely crazy, especially when you know damn well you're gonna take those videos, you're gonna clip them up. You're not just gonna post the one interview like all the other platforms did. Now you're gonna take it, you're gonna make 60 different clips out of it that'll each do 100,000 views, and then you'll post a full interview. We all know that that's how Vlad works. He tries to maximize the profit that he can make off of hip hop culture or off of black culture in general, right? So let's do the math on that real quick. On YouTube, you get paid for every 1,000 views that you do. Now it varies from channel to channel how much money people make per 1,000 views, but let's just go with a low ball average of $5 per 1,000 views. And keep in mind, I'm a YouTuber. I'm pretty familiar with what YouTube pays per 1,000 views. So let's go with the low ball number and say you make $5 per 1,000 views. Let's say you get, I don't even know how many clips you would get out of it. Let's go look at your Lil Boosie interview, the last one that you did, which it looks like it was this one from May of this year. You had had 31 clips that you put out from this interview plus the full interview itself. All right, so let's go back over to our handy dandy calculator. You got 31 clips. Let's say each of them do 100,000 views on average, because that's what Vlad said Marlon Wayans does, about 100 to 300,000 views, right? So let's just go with 100,000 views. Again, we're going to lowball it. We're going to times that by 30 videos, right? That means in total, you're going to do probably about 3 million views on that. Now you get paid for every 1,000 views that you get on YouTube, right? So you divide the 3 million by 1,000, because that's how many views it takes to get paid. And that means you're going to get paid 3,000 times, about an average, remember this is lowball, of $5 per 1,000 views. So times that number by 5, and that means you're going to make about 15,000 bucks on the low end just from those interviews. If you get a high rate of pay per 1,000 views, let's say $12, then you'll make about $36,000 on this interview. And that means you'll take about a $4,000 loss, which isn't bad if you're really doing the interviews because you want people to be aware of people's stories. Taking a small loss on this to get a big interview, that's not that bad. But claiming that you're not ever going to make close to that money back is absolutely ridiculous, because you 100% will. So I had to stop him right there just to go over the numbers with y'all, because Vlad is claiming, oh, there's no way I'll ever get my money back. When the truth is, he could lose a little, he could make a little. It all depends on how long the interview is, how many clips he puts out, and if any of them go viral. Remember, we did that math based on 100,000 views per clip. Some of them clips may do 3, 4, 500,000 views. So Vlad 100% could have paid that money to Marlon, and he could have recouped his money. No question about it. Because if any of those clips do 2, 3, 400,000, suddenly you're going from making, 36,000 off of the interview to making 50, 60, 70,000 off of the interview. But making 30 or 40,000 bucks from interviewing somebody for Vlad, that's just not good enough. The profit margin ain't high enough. He needs more. And that's why people don't like Vlad, because Vlad is all about using his platform to profit off of the culture. It's why he sends copyright strikes to creators when they repost his videos. And I'm getting a little bit off a topic here, but in fact, while I was looking for information on this Marlon Wayans topic, I actually came across this tweet where somebody said that they reposted a clip of Akon doing an interview on Vlad TV, and Vlad sent over this: "We don't allow our content to be reposted. Please remove it in the next hour or we will be filing a copyright strike." They didn't listen, and he sent a thing over that said strike filed, even though most people that are reposting his clips are doing it under what's called fair use, which is a law. It's a doctrine that allows people to use other people's content if they're transforming it in some way. Vlad don't care. He'll copyright strike anybody, and one day that's gonna bite him in his ass, because all it takes is for somebody to go to court, do the fair use claim, and Vlad will never be able to do this to people again. But it's just another way that Vlad maximizes his profit off of the culture, is what I'm getting at. So I got a little sidetracked with that, but I was just drilling home that point of how Vlad actually sees the culture that he's using to profit off of. He sees it as just that, a culture that he could just profit off of. But anyways, back to what we were talking about. So Vlad responded to him, said, "Man, how dare you bring up race when I didn't even mention it throughout any of our conversations?" And Marlon responded to that and said, "So yes, this has become about race. You trying to turn us into crabs in a barrel. I see your angle now. I watched you play your hand. You want us to talk shit, beef, and tear each other down while you sit back and make money. Meanwhile, you don't even show your face." And Vlad responded, he said, "Not only do I show my face, but when I do interviews on the same platforms as you, more than twice as many people watch. Here are the actual views when we did the Breakfast Club 1 month apart. You reached your peak 20 years ago and have been on a decline ever since. There's nothing wrong with that, but you seem to think that this is still 2004. I've been dropping facts with actual numbers this entire time, and all you could do is play the lame ass race card in response. So keep looking in the mirror and lying to yourself about who you think you are. The numbers don't back it up." And he posted this screenshot where he did 700,000 views on the Breakfast Club, and Marlon Wayans did 291,000 views on the Breakfast Club. But the Breakfast Club is a hip hop platform. Marlon Wayans is not hip hop. He's an actor. DJ Vlad does hip hop. He interviews hip hop artists. That's what he does. So one, of course you did more views on that particular platform because it was more targeted towards your niche. And two, how in the hell you basically gonna get on here and call somebody irrelevant when you're the one that was begging them for an interview? Like, make it make sense, bruh. Anyways, Marlon responded to this. He said, "I see why you don't show your face. It's ugly. That ugly ass beard don't even look real. You look like you're in disguise. It look like you take that stuff on and off like Mr. Potato Head." Yeah, get him, Marlon. He then said, "See, at DJ Vlad, this is the moment you've been begging for. I asked you to leave me alone. Let it go. But you want to kick a bee's nest. You can't compete with me, bro. I am a legend. And And occasionally I'll come off the throne to spar with peons like you. Keep going. There's levels to this. You a culture vulture. We all know this. And I would tell all my people, don't mess with you, period. Don't watch nothing you put out. You feed off dividing and exploiting black people and artists. You are divisive and bad for our community. Here's why your platform is beneath me. I am a legend, bro. And that's just the beginning. And he posted a screenshot of how much money he's made in the box office, which is over $1.1 billion just domestically, which means in the United States, and over $1.8 billion in the global box office, which I don't care what Vlad thinks he's done in his life. He has never generated $1 billion in anything in his life. So Marlon has a pretty valid point right here. Hey, DJ Vlad, how you go from this to this? Turkey. And then he says, hey, DJ Vlad, my entire community is allergic to you. You a gluten ass muff. Then he said, hey, DJ Vlad, you are way too hated by the urban community to with me. I'm loved. You ain't watched the video. Where's your face? Mad that you couldn't exploit me. How much the government paying you, Brody? Hope it's at least $40,000. So at the end of the day, what we got here is we've got Vlad TV, DJ Vlad 22 telling Marlon Wayans that he ain't worth $40,000, that his career has been on the decline for years. DJ Vlad is telling somebody that. Nah, we for sure live in the Matrix, bruh. DJ Vlad will probably never accomplish anything even close to as legendary as the things that the Wayne family has put out, but Marlon Wayne by himself as well. Y'all gotta think about all of the classics that Marlon Wayne gave us. That you talking about don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. You talking about the Wayans Brother TV show that came on TV a long time ago. A lot of us grew up on that. I know I did. That, the Fresh Prince, it was a bunch of them. Martin, y'all know the shows I'm talking about. The Wayans Brothers show was one of them shows. Classic. No matter what DJ Vlad does for the rest of his career, he'll never put something out as classic as that, let alone all of the other things that Marlon Wayne has accomplished in his life. And it just struck me as odd because you got DJ Vlad, of all the people in the world, upset because he would have to pay a hefty fee to interview arguably one of the biggest black actors on the planet. And Vlad tried to stand behind this stance of I would lose money if I paid that much, bro. But as a YouTuber, I'm telling y'all, Vlad would have made money even paying $40,000 for it, bro. He probably would have doubled his money, but that wasn't good enough for Vlad. Vlad wanted more. That's why I don't mess with Vlad, because Vlad is that type of person. It's why I don't never put none of his clips on my channel. It's why I don't really cover any of the stories he's involved in, because of this type of behavior right here. Every time somebody applies pressure back to Vlad, he shows everybody exactly who he is and how he thinks about the people that he invites on his show. When they're cooperating with him, when they're doing what Vlad wants them to do, they're best friends. Hell, you might even be a reoccurring guest, but the moment you ain't doing what DJ Vlad wanted you to do, or you ain't moving the way he wanted you to, he shows you exactly who he is. And when people show you who they are, believe them. But yeah, man, that's basically it for the story. That's what I got. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below. Anyways, that's basically it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, tap the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. As always, it's been fun rocking with y'all, man. I'm out.